Liz Truss is forced to quit. Another Prime Minister. Already, after less than 50 days on the job.
I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
And we hear from the campaigners who want more free school dinners.
It's really important that you're fed well every single day.
Hi.
Hello.
We're here, as always, for your info.
It was only a few weeks ago we told you about our new Prime Minister, Liz Truss. She became Prime Minister after Boris Johnson resigned.
Thank you.
But now she's resigned.
I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
So, how did it happen?
2 weeks ago, we told you about changes to tax, which is the amount of money that people pay to the government to provide for things like the NHS, the army, and other things they decide to help with. For example, the cost of heating.
I saw that. Liz Truss wanted to reduce what people pay in tax.
That's right. Even though by reducing the cost of heating, the government needed more money, not less money.
And that was the problem. The government would have to borrow more money than they already do, billions more. And that made banks and big companies nervous.
It led to an economic crisis. The most basic things like milk and bread are already getting more expensive, and this decision made the problem worse.
So the Prime Minister had to deal with her mistake. She sacked the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Kwasi Kwarteng, and brought in this man, Jeremy Hunt, instead, who stopped most of the changes from happening.
Many people thought she was the one who needed to go.
I am sorry, and that I have made mistakes.
But she said she was staying.
I am a fighter and not a quitter.
As the pressure mounted for her to resign, Liz Truss announced that she would be leaving after less than 50 days on the job.
We've agreed that there will be a leadership election to be completed within the next week.
So, we'll have another Prime Minister.
Phone technology just keeps getting better. They can even detect sudden movement. So say you're in a car that's out of control and crashes. One new model will dial the emergency services to tell them you're in an accident.
That's a great idea.
Well, it would be if it worked. Ambulances in the USA didn't understand why they kept being called to an amusement park until they found the phones were calling them from a roller coaster ride, where the bumps and jerks were confusing the phone.
Ah, I see the problem. Great story though.
But is it fake news or fact? I'll give you the answer later on.
Did you know whether you get a free school meal or not depends on where you live in the UK?
We went to visit a school in Islington in London, where everyone is guaranteed a free hot meal every day.
My name's Barasan.
My name's Sagar. My name is Mizal.
And we're just about to sneak into the kitchen to see what's on the menu today.
What's on the menu today?
Today we've got mini pizzas.
Is it important for kids like me to get their free school lunch?
It's really, really important because it's good for you and it's good for your education. When you are hungry, you can't really learn anything, can you?
I agree. We are lucky we have a proper kitchen, so we get delicious food served up every day.
I love the pizza and I love the cheese and the tomatoes. I actually feel really energetic after eating that big munchy pizza.
I think it's my favorite time the whole 6 hours because you just sit down, chill, eat, talk with friends. We've invited Praise Olori to our school. She's a young campaigner who wants to see more of us get school dinners.
This smells really good.
Yes,
Praise is campaigning alongside famous TV chef Jamie Oliver to ask the government to serve up more free school meals. So, do you think all children should get a free school lunch and why?
In the ideal world, it would be really good if all children had access to free school meals. Benefits of free school meals is that kids like you, they don't have to worry about anything, so they get to come and just eat their lunch. So when they go into lessons, they don't have to worry about being hungry or anything. But that's why at Fight Back, we're trying our best to really make sure that all children that need free school meals have access to them, so you can get a nutritious and healthy meal every single day.
So can free school meals really be seen as priority at times like these.
Kids like you are the future, because you're going to go on to do really amazing things and all sorts of different professions. So I think it's really important that you're fed well every single day.
We thought we'd ask the people in charge of our school dinners in each part of the UK what they're serving up. First, we asked them who they were.
So my name is Mark Drakeford. I'm the Prif Weinidog Cymru, the First Minister of Wales.
The First Minister of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon, was busy this week, so she asked the Education Secretary to reply. There she is, Shirley Ann Somerville. Shirley wrote to us.
There's an Education Minister for Northern Ireland too, called Michelle McIlveen.
And finally, for England, we asked the Prime Minister Liz Truss before she announced she was leaving, but neither she or her school ministers were able to reply.
But a government spokesperson gave us this statement.
First, we asked everyone who gets a free school dinner, and from that we worked out the best place to live in the UK, for school dinners at least.
We found out you're most likely to get a free school meal if you live in Scotland. The first 5 years at primary school, everyone gets a free school dinner, and very soon it will be every year.
At the moment England comes next, everyone in the first 3 years gets a free school dinner.
But Wales are about to take over.
By 2024, every child in every primary school in every part of Wales will be entitled to a free school meal.
So you're least likely to get a free school dinner in Northern Ireland.
Neither England or Northern Ireland have any plans to change the rules, but some of you are entitled to a free school meal, whatever year you're in. Campaigners like Praise, who we saw earlier, think more people need them. She says 800,000 children urgently need access to free school meals. The government said, in England, we've expanded access to free school meals more than any other government in recent decades. They told us councils can decide what to provide to families with their own funding. That's why at the school in our report, they have a free school dinner every day. Your lunch really does depend on where you live.
We also tried to find out if the people who make the decisions about our school dinners had eaten one themselves.
Well, the last time I was involved in school dinners, I was helping to serve, and they looked absolutely fantastic. Definitely custard.
In Scotland, Shirley said her favourite school dinner was mince and tatties. Oh, and she doesn't have custard on her pudding. But in Northern Ireland and England, we couldn't get an answer. So whether Liz Truss and her ministers like custard on their pudding or not will remain a mystery. We all like to doodle now and then, but this man has taken doodling to another level. Artist Sam Cox even calls himself Mr. Doodle. The doodling didn't stop until he had doodled his whole house. But it wasn't as fast as this sped up footage. It took an amazing 2 years to doodle the 6-bedroom mansion. Wow!
Now we all think our school is the best, but imagine being told officially that your school is one of the best in the world.
This school in Dunoon, Scotland, got the news in a special award ceremony this week.
Dunoon Grammar School in Scotland!
We wanted to know what is so special about the school. So we've got Leah, Alistair, Morgan, and yeah. Hi guys.
Hi.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Now Leah, what was the award for?
Our award was for the community collaboration, and it's been an absolute honour to win it.
And Morgan, I've seen you playing bingo. Tell me what that was about.
We decided to hold an online bingo session for the elderly people because they couldn't go to any bingo sessions during lockdown, and they just really enjoyed it.
And the award also focuses on your impact on the whole world. Could you tell us more about that?
We sent a bunch of pupils from our school to showcase our app called Bin Waste Battles in a huge event called COP26, where important people like Greta Thunberg was there. And how the app works is it basically inspires and motivates regular people around the world to reduce their food waste through friendly competition.
That's such a clever idea. Well done, guys.
And as well as being called Best School in the World, you've also won $50,000. How much is that in pounds?
It's around £44,000.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
We're very lucky to be able to receive that kind of money.
Well, congratulations on beating the rest of the world, guys. Bye.
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 We searched the world for the best stories. This is Lino. He lives 5,000 miles away, but we still heard about his new carbon-free invention.
So we asked him to tell us more.
Our world is dying. In 50 years or less, we will run out of fossil fuels. These important resources make up 80% of the energy we use today. How will we power our world?
This is 15-year-old Lino from Frisco, USA, down in the state of Texas, and he's tackling the world's big problems.
Our current renewable energy resources are not sustainable enough to replenish the energy debt that fossil fuels once provided us. Luckily, there's a solution to these problems.
Like all good superheroes, he's come up with an idea to help save the planet.
Imagine having the power to charge your world at your feet, literally. Kinetic 2.0 is powering our world one step at a time.
Lino has come up with a way of collecting energy while he plays soccer, or, as we say in the UK, football.
All of my inventions have aspects that can help our Earth and help our climate. The Kinetic kicks, of course, are centered around clean, renewable energy accessible to all. The sole solution aims to prevent shoe waste.
Like many inventions, it came about by pure chance.
One day, after practice, my phone was dead, and I was unable to call my mom to tell her to come pick me up. I then thought back to science class earlier in that week, when we learned about the transfer of energy, and how energy cannot be created or destroyed, it's only transferred from place to place. So I thought, what if I could transfer all the energy I just wasted on the soccer field and use it to charge my phone? And that's how the Kinetic Kicks was born.
But how does it work?
When you step down, all the energy collected goes into a USB power bank. And when you're ready, you can plug your phone in. And now it's charging.
Genius. Ideas like Lino's are needed to help reduce climate change. And in a couple weeks, the world will meet again at COP27 to find more ideas.
COP stands for Conference of Parties. It's a call for the world leaders to get together, like they did at COP26 in Glasgow, to see how they can work together to limit global warming.
Here at FYI, we want to make sure that your voice is heard. So we asked members of our FYI News Clubs to send video messages to the world's leaders.
My message for world leaders is to take action and think about what other people think and not what they want.
Don't mess it up, because what you're doing right now, that's going to be the entire plan for our entire lives.
They have to do something about climate change and not just stand around doing nothing.
Please help save our environment and our planet.
My message for world leaders is to take action.
Greenhouse gases can affect the atmosphere a lot, and renewable energy can be really important.
If you want to completely reduce carbon emissions, we also need to consider options such as nuclear, which, although they are non-renewable, they do not produce any carbon emissions, and they can be stored safely somewhere for lots of time.
Try and think about stuff that's actually going to help the environment instead of stuff that's going to benefit certain people.
A wind farm where the high winds are to produce more energy could be really beneficial.
Us and future generations are relying on the decisions you make today.
Help our planet and stop climate change from affecting us.
The next 70 years are depending on you. So I ask you, for my life, for my friends' lives, don't mess it up.
If you want to add your voice, talk to your teacher about setting up an FYI News Club at your school.
All the information is on our website. Right, Thomas, I really want to know, was this week's story fake news or was it fact?
I told you earlier that phones now have technology clever enough to work out when to call the emergency services. They can detect if you've had a car accident. But in America, there's been a report they're calling ambulances when people take a ride on roller coasters instead. That news is fact. Phones have been sending alerts to the local 911 communication centre by mistake. Still a little way to go until phones are cleverer than us. That's it for this week.
And with so much happening right now, make sure to keep in touch with us. Let us know what matters to you, from school dinners to climate change. Bye.